What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to Grim. Today we're going to be reacting to this insane video from a podcast that Will Smith and his wife Jada Pinkett Smith do on Facebook TV, apparently, where they go over this account of her just having a full-on affair with August Alsina. I have not heard that name in like 4 years, I swear. But this video is honestly very insane. I'm sure you guys have heard a lot of people talking about it. I'm going to react to it and kind of just give my thoughts as we watch along. So let's get into it.
It's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
Yeah.
So there have been apparently rumors floating around that she had an affair when they had a little separation in their marriage, and this is basically them confirming that that did happen. Now, I don't follow celebrities at all in that way. I don't really care about this, but this video is so sad because you're gonna see her completely just make a joke out of it and almost make these weird excuses and rationalizations in order to try to make it sound like she didn't do something terrible. But she did cheat on Will Smith, who is an OG of the acting world. I have a lot of respect for that guy. I have no idea what these two are like as people, so I'm not going to really comment on that part of it, but I'm just going to comment on what we can experience, which is this awkward conversation.
I think you need to say clearly what happened.
As far as what?
You and I decided we were going to take our space, and what happened?
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
So this is the first thing. She uses this really weird word, entanglement, as a way to get around saying the word cheating or affair. She doesn't want to admit that she did this terrible thing. So she starts using this word, entanglement, which everyone's kind of memeing on. It's a really weird way to skirt around the issue, but we're just going to cut it plain and simple here. Her and Will Smith were still married, but they were having a little bit of a break with each other. I don't know what that means, but they were still officially married and trying to make things work eventually. And she claims that this friendship that they had with this young rapper who was about the same age as their son, and it turned into this romantic entanglement, as she says.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
So here's the first part of Will Smith just completely hiding his emotions here. This man is one of the best actors of our generation, if you ask me, and he's just playing another role right now where he is trying to act like that guy that's above all this and isn't internally freaking out. I don't know what I would feel if I found this out, but it would definitely not be this happy giggliness that he is sharing with his wife right now, making light of the situation. I'm sure he'd much rather talk about it in a more serious context because I'm sure this hurt him a lot, and you'll see he's almost fighting back tears this entire time and doing this fake laugh thing that you see on almost every news interview with every celebrity ever. You can tell when they're faking it, you know, and this is just definitely one of those times.
I was in a lot of pain, and I was very broken. Now, in the process of that relationship, I definitely realized that you can't find happiness outside of yourself.
Will Smith's just sitting here like, oh, that's what you learned from it? Okay, yeah, I'm glad you learned that lesson. And I'm glad you're talking about how you were in a lot of pain. It's not like you even for a second worried about what he's feeling right now. I'm sure that the pain from hearing this news is much worse than any pain you could have possibly been in that led you to do this. I mean, you're married to Will Smith. You two are some of the most rich people on earth. You don't gotta be doing this classic thing that almost all married couples do nowadays with this cheating stuff. It's so whack. You guys had it together. Even J. Cole was saying that Jada and that Will love, like you guys were a pillar of romance, but now looks like you hopped off that train and just wanted to get with some washed up nobody. Literally, who has listened to August Alsina in the past 3 years? If you have, you need to update your music taste a little bit.
And luckily enough, you and I were also going through a process of healing in a much different manner. I would definitely say we did everything that we could to get away from each other, only to realize that that wasn't possible.
Will Smith is just nodding throughout this whole retelling of this story like, but in between breaths, he's probably thinking, oh God, why? Why did she do this to me? Which is what anyone would be feeling right now if they actually were in love with this person and found out that they had been cheating on them. Of course, that's gonna be earth-shattering. And she's talking through it like it's a wonderful tale of an old friend that she thinks so highly of. You'll see the entire time she's talking about this story, it's with smiles and giggles, and I think that's to try to take away from the dark nature of what they're actually talking about. But I mean, if you really love your significant other, don't go at it from this angle. That is such a terribly lighthearted way to talk about it. Be real, be straight up, and admit that you made a mistake. Stop making up so many excuses as for why you did this terrible thing.
Started a friendship with August. And we actually became really, really good friends. And it all started with him just needing some help.
This is the other creepy angle of this. You gotta remember that this guy is almost near the age of their own son. And at the start, it was almost like a nurturing relationship where they were giving him mentorship and helping him out with his life and whatever was going on in his head at the time. And she morphed it into this relationship where she was then being unfaithful to her husband, Will Smith. And it's like, how do you go from point A to point B like that? It says a lot about her character, which is something that someone said in the original Reddit thread, and I really resonated with that. The fact that she could take it from where they started and morph it into this terrible thing that ruined their family basically is pretty gross.
Separate for a period of time and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
And you'll see she goes over his statements a lot. He's trying to explain that they were taking a break, but then she cuts him off over and over and keeps saying, no, we were broken up for good. I thought we were broken up for good, and we both knew that. That's why I did this, which is the most classic case of cheating ever. Everyone always acts like they did this in a window where they were officially broken up, but I doubt they ever went through saying, hey, let's get a divorce. Instead, they were just trying to take some time and work on themselves, and I'm sure as two major celebrities, they have very busy schedules, so it's easy to get separated like that. But the fact she keeps trying to minimize it and act like it was no big deal that she was in this extramarital relationship is so crazy to me.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement.
What does that even mean? She's talking in circles at this point, and I would be so frustrated if I was Will. I don't even care if the cameras are on. I'd be like, yo, say it straight. Don't lie to the audience right now and try to act like this is a two-way street. It's pretty clear you're the bad guy in this situation. I want you to just fess up and stop saying the word entanglement. It's so frustrating. And also, he's talking so clearly and asking her these straight-up questions, and she goes into these answers as if she's having a speech at MIT or something. You can just say the sentence, I cheated on you, I messed up. And it would be so much better than this runaround speak that you're doing this entire time, saying these big words and acting like I was just trying to heal. Like, we don't buy that.
I just wanted to feel good. Mm-hmm. It had been so long since I felt good.
Yeah, because that is the perfect way to explain why you had to go and cheat on our man Will Smith like that, because you just didn't feel good. And it's been so long, and you've lived such a miserable life that you just had to feel good again, and that was the only way to feel good. Yeah, again, I do not buy any of her excuses. They're starting to sound dumber and dumber, and I just feel so bad. Like, dude, Will, why are you putting up with this, dude? Stand up for yourself, have some respect for yourself, and call her on this BS. Say, dude, that's not a fair argument to even make. Own up to your mistakes.
And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Yeah.
I think that has a lot to do with my codependency.
And this, in my opinion, is one of the worst parts of it, because she then tries to flip it and act like she was doing something good, and something good came of this. It was just so good to help heal someone else. You might have healed this friend of yours, or at least what you call a friend, that you had this entanglement with, but you definitely did some serious damage to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and that is not cool in my book. Every time she talks, she's just digging herself a bigger hole.
The fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart.
It really is a miracle, and I'm starting to think maybe you just don't have that much respect for yourself. Who knows? I'm sure their love is very deep, but the way that she's talking about it, it's almost like she's not remorseful for her actions at all, and it was just par for the course in their relationship, and it's something that you gotta get over, which is something they start to talk about a lot here, and that's where they start to lose me, and where I really start to think that Will Smith is just caught up in this world too far, where he has lost a part of his humanity. Like, no normal person would just go through this and be this lighthearted about it while the cameras are pointed at them as well.
There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like...
And I wish, I wish that wasn't the case.
If you really wish that wasn't the case, don't go out and have this entanglement outside of your marriage. That is the most simple answer. Again, you guys are laughing about it here, and you can just see the pain in Will's eyes. I know you guys can see it as well. This man is covering up some serious hurt from this conversation, and she is still just cracking jokes about it like, hey, I wish it could have been different, but I had to go do my thing. I was hurting.
It's just part of it.
Yeah.
If you expect to be with somebody for a lifetime.
25 years and counting.
He's just thinking, man, 25 years down the freaking drain with one fell swoop. But apparently, according to her, it's something you gotta go through. So guys, if you do want to get married and be with someone for the rest of their life, you just gotta expect that, you know, a quarter century down the road together, they're gonna maybe take a little detour with a really unremarkable rapper, and that's just gonna be it. That's how all relationships have to be, apparently. So guys, I think that does it for today's video. This was honestly just a sad video to have to watch, but very hilarious in other ways. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Until then, peace out.